I'm in the process of building out my new Subaru Forester for sleeping in, similar to what I did with my old Nissan Sentra, which was a very popular video, and I'll link it at the end of this one in case you wanted to check that build out. But with this build, I wanted to do things differently. I wanted to try and make the sleep system even quicker to set up, more streamlined, and less cumbersome. That's why the first change I decided to make was to upgrade to these window shades by SnapShade. And that's why I wanted to make this video, to show you up close and in person exactly what they look like and whether or not they'll work well with a car camping setup. And although I haven't set them up yet or put them to the test, I'm pretty hopeful about these SnapShades, and I'll tell you why. Like many of you in the past, I've gone with this Reflectix material that we buy by the roll and cut ourselves to fit our windows. And they're great, don't get me wrong. But the problem is they don't allow for airflow. And the majority of my hiking and camping is done in the spring, summer, and early fall, when I want that nice cross breeze traveling through the open windows. And having this Reflectix plugged up in those windows is going to just block all of that airflow. And that's why I was so excited when I saw this SnapShades product pop up online, because before then the only alternative was this cheap bug netting you could buy on Amazon that pulled over top of the door. And it didn't seal really well at the bottom. It bunched up, and if your door had any sort of sharp corner like this, then the bug netting was ripped in no time. Not to mention, it just screamed, hey, somebody's sleeping in this car. I went all out and ordered the entire line from SnapShades. So let's get them out of the bags and see just how custom they are and how well they fit to the windows. This small bag here, you can see, packs down pretty tiny, has the two rear side windows. Just pop open like so. And first glance, that looks to be the shape of my window. And actually, I'm already feeling the magnetic pull. Heck, even on the exterior, they snap to the window pretty tightly. Right here, there's no bag for them because they're just tiny and don't need to be folded up, is the rear quarter window right here. I'm feeling the magnetic pull on that one too. And here is the rear window on the lift gate that packs down pretty small as well. And lastly, the windshield cover. You got a Reflectix material to reflect the sun on the exterior, and on the inside, nice and black. Before I go ahead and get these installed on the windows, I know what you might be thinking, what about the front side windows? Well, SnapShades doesn't make any for the front side, but I don't need any on the front side. If I'm going to open windows, it's going to be the back ones here. And for privacy, I don't need the front covered because I draw a curtain right in behind the front seats. So if anything, the front windshield cover is great because that's the only time somebody can see right in and notice, hey, that guy's got a curtain hanging in his car. The side windows, people are mostly looking right through. And again, I don't ever open these windows. So if I did want privacy, then going with the traditional Reflectix is more than good enough. And if you're curious about that awesome curtain setup that I did with the Sentra, have a look at that video or stay tuned because it'll be featured as well in the curtain I'm going to install in this Forester build. Let's test out the fit and install this rear side window first. I can't believe how quick that was to put in. Let's see how well it's in there. Gosh, it just snapped in. It kind of went in all by itself. Yeah, let's now test if there's any breaches for bugs. It's sunny days, so we'll definitely be able to see if there's any light peeking through. I hate the bugs and the bugs hate me. So it's looking like we're pretty protected from those. Very happy about that. But the thing I'm most impressed with is just how quickly this thing went in. I mean, I know Reflectix goes in quickly, but then you're stuck going around the window perimeter, squishing it into all the crevices, making sure it's going to stay in place. But this thing just kind of went in by itself, and then you saw how it was when I slammed the door closed. The thing wasn't going anywhere. They also provide a clip system to install to make sure this thing goes in securely if needed. We're going to explore that later, but I honestly don't see a need for any clips. This thing is in place solid. It's not going anywhere, and it just went in so quickly. I got that second rear window installed, and that went in just as quick, just as secure. Now we're going to get these shades installed on those tiny rear quarter windows. Hopefully this one snaps in just as quick as the side window did. Gosh, yeah, probably even quicker, and a perfect fit too. Like, definitely no clips needed here either. And extremely custom fit for what I would say is an odd shaped window. Now you might be thinking, well, this window doesn't open, so just go with the Reflectix. You don't need a mesh because there's no necessity for airflow to come through. But I do like some natural light coming into this trunk space. I'm always back here grabbing things, and at the same time, I do want some shade because if you're living in your car or camping in your car, you're most likely going to have a cooler back here or an electric fridge powered by a power bank. Keeping this area shaded is going to have your fridge last longer, less drain on your power bank, but at the same time, you do get a little bit of natural light coming in so you can see what the heck you're doing back here. Now for the rear window shade, nice and quick, but I think for the Forester, this is the only place we're going to need to use a window clip right here. It fits nice and snug along the bottom and the sides and up in the top corners as well. But because of the weird concave shape of this window, right in the middle at top here, it sits off of the window. And one clip seems to be all it'll take to keep it in place. And let's speak to the privacy. You might be thinking mesh, well, you can see through that. It's not going to give me any privacy. However, it's a fine mesh. And in combination with a tinted window, I'll show you just how effective. With this really bright sun today on the far side of the vehicle, so the most likelihood of light casting into the car, I'll show you just how effective it is. Tint with the fine mesh. You could barely see inside. And that's in the daylight, which I'm fine about. I'm not sleeping in my car during the day. At nighttime, when everything's dark around, there's absolutely no way you're going to be able to see in there. And if somebody comes up with a flashlight, it's just going to bounce right back off. They're not going to get in there with the flashlight because that fine mesh is going to reflect the light and not allow them to see anything. And I must point out that this is with factory tint. So if you wanted to go and darken your tints, in most states, you can have the rear windows darkened as much as you want, but it's going to make the privacy even that much more effective. But you don't have to take my word for it. We're going to wait until this sun goes down and we're going to get a flashlight and do a privacy test on this system just to show you how much privacy you're going to get at nighttime. And here's the clips. They sure provide enough of them. And there's two styles. You got the port clip and the Z clip. The Z clips are intended to go at the top of the windows if you're going to use them. And it's these wing tabs here that fit underneath the plastic trim of your vehicle. And very similar with the port clips that fit on the bottom of the windows. This large plastic tab is what slides underneath the plastic trim of your vehicle. And you can trim that shorter if there's not enough clearance for this large one to get in behind. Now I know that I said I probably only need one clip, and I still feel that way, but the instructions say if you're going to put clips at the top of a window, especially with a larger window like this, they recommend two clips. So maybe one here and one here. So let's go ahead and pull the snap shade off, and let's see just how easy these Z clips go in. I'll actually try this one-handed while I hold the camera just to see how easy. Well, that was easy. Sorry, I didn't expect that to be so quick. I'll give you another slower motion example of how they go in and clip right underneath the plastic. And this is where your snap shade is going to fit in. Move over, put a second one in on the other side. Just as easy. Before we get that snap shade lifted up on the rear window, I just need to say I'm shocked how quickly those clips went in and effortlessly. I saw there was a bag included. I knew from watching videos that clips might be necessary, but I was hoping I wouldn't need to use them. I just assumed they'd be difficult to work with and a hassle, but man, I'm thinking I might go around and put them on all the windows now. They're just so easy to work with. I probably won't, but just to say that if you do need clips, if you got a weird curved window and the shades just won't stay in perfectly, these clips will do the trick and super simple to snap in place. So to use those clips, I just inserted the snap shade like I normally would, bottom first, and then when it comes to the top, just lift it up over top and into the plastic channel. Same for the other side, like so. And now it's following the contour of the window perfectly. And when it comes time to remove them, you just grab the pull tab right here and give it a yank if you've got no clips in place. If you have used a clip, make sure you go ahead and pull the shade up and out of the clip. And then you can give this tab a yank and the whole thing comes out one-handed. And shout out to SnapShades because I noticed they put these tabs on either side of the shade. That means you can use this one on either side of the vehicle. It's not a left specific or right specific. You can just walk up and you might need to flip it around, but you know that it'll fit on either side window. And to get these collapsed and into the stuff sack, pretty straightforward. You grab it from either side and just give it a twist. I thought I'd be wrestling with these things, but they just fall into place. I want to say they kind of make like a butterfly shape when they're collapsed, like so. But you can see paper thin once they're in the stuff sack, nice and easy for storage. Now the one item I thought I might be underwhelmed with was the windshield shade, just because I've used generic ones in the past and they seem to do the trick. Can't go wrong with a big rectangle covering your windshield. But this is the first time I used something custom for the windshield, and I must say it's pretty neat. Like, it covers the window perfectly up in here, trimmed right around the rear view, as well as with the Subarus, you've got this eyesight contraption on the windshield. It contours that perfectly, and right down into the crevices and corners, right up to the top edge of the windshield. And all you need to hold it in place are the sun visors. And you don't even absolutely need the sun visors to keep the shade in place. It stays up on its own. You can see here it's not falling down, but the sun visors do add a little extra coverage and the guarantee it's not going to fall down in the middle of the night while you're sleeping. And you might be thinking, like I was, why there's some exposed area here, but upon closer look, I can see that they got the sunshade right up until the windshield mount here for the rear view mirror. If the coverage went any higher, they'd still have to allow for some sort of cutout or channel for this piece right here, and that would be way too intricate, almost, I would say, impossible for us to get installed every time we wanted to use it. For it to get up onto the windshield and then pass underneath the rear view mirror, I don't think you'd be able to do it if the sun visor went all the way up to here. And you can see, although the light passing through is pretty prominent from inside the vehicle, you don't really see a whole lot into the vehicle through that open area. And this is what it looks like inside the vehicle with all these snap shades installed. And although it looks pretty blacked out from the outside looking in, you can tell that you've got great visibility to see outside from inside the vehicle. And that's a very strong sun today. And I can tell you that even though there's light casting inside here, I do not feel any heat or any UV on my arm at all. Even though there's some light casting onto it, I feel zero UV or any sort of heat from that sun. But I'll show you what the difference is if I open the door and let that strong sun up there come down. That's a whole other world of sunlight casting down on my arm. I can feel the heat, and I guarantee with my Scottish skin, be a sunburn in no time. One item I recommend buying and installing in combination with the SnapShades are these window rain guards. They're going to allow you to open your window a good 4 inches without letting rain in, but still benefiting from some bug-free ventilation. Another benefit of these window guards is if you're sleeping somewhere more public, like a parking lot, and you don't want to allow a gap for maybe somebody to reach in, then you'll still get some ventilation without having any exposed open window. All right, I got my son driving, and we're at probably 60 kilometers an hour. No extra noise. You can tell maybe there's a little bit of fluttering on the screen, but no noise at all. And the window's completely open. This thing's not going anywhere. And now let's test the privacy at night, or in this case, it's 6 in the morning. So there's already a bit of sunlight coming in. So this will be a good test. If I'm sleeping in here, somebody comes up to the window with a little bit of tint and that sunshade in behind. Let's see how it looks when a flashlight goes on, because I can't see anything in there now with the naked eye. And if I was to take a light and shine it in, I'm not getting anything. I'm getting bounce back from the sunshade. It's reflecting the light, refracting the light right off, so complete privacy, which is absolutely amazing that we couldn't see in, because we can definitely see out. So there's absolutely no way to get this with a complete blackout window covering. You'd be blocking your own view outside. And when I'm sleeping in the car at night and there might be a knock on the window or I hear voices in the parking lot, how cool is it to be able to see out and see what's going on around you, but for nobody to see in? Let's just test that again, because now I can see out so clearly. I'm second guessing whether or not there was complete privacy. Now, I know you're seeing it through the camera lens, but I'm looking in here with my own eyes. And again, let's put the flashlight on. Oh man, I can't see anything. That's cool. With everything I've liked so far about these SnapShades, I think this right here is definitely my favorite, and definitely makes me feel confident that I made the right decision upgrading to these over the traditional Reflectix. And now with the curtain setup, I think this is the perfect sleeping setup you can ask for. Way better than having a Reflectix visible in the windows or having those obvious bug nets pulled over top of your door. And definitely not having any window covers on the front windows makes it less obvious that somebody's sleeping in the back. All you really need is that curtain drawn behind the front seats, and then in combination with this windshield cover, that's going to make it harder for people to notice the curtain, and lots of people use these in the daytime to keep sun out of their car, so that's not obvious either. All in all, I'm very excited about this new window shade setup. I think it's a definite upgrade to my last build, and very happy that I found the SnapShade products online. And I hope making this video helped you guys decide on whether or not SnapShades was the right product for your car camping setup. And if you hadn't heard about them before and want to check them out, I'm going to put a link to their website in the description and pin it in the comments. And if you do go out and buy them, or you're already using SnapShades in your car camping setup, then please let me know in the comments. I love reading them. I always make sure to reply. And hearing that my videos might have helped somebody out really means a lot. And if you want to go one step further, then hit that subscribe button up top. That would be awesome. But even if you don't do that, you got to go ahead and watch this next video where I finish building out the Forester for sleeping in and give the SnapShades the ultimate test by sleeping in a Walmart parking lot overnight. And I'll see you guys in the next video.